It really is. It's about this pit crew and not pit crew, crew team, and this whole race team, Bobby Spencer Racing, that is just trying to stay afloat, trying to win championships. They've had success in the past. They've kind of lost their step a little bit here. There's kind of a passing of the guard possibly, with the old going out and the new coming in. I'm kind of the old dog and kind of trying to stay afloat, and things have worked the way I've done. The insides, it's they're going to think it's so different, and there's elements of the show that are so different because of the nature of NASCAR and the world that I didn't know about, and being down on the track, being in the office and the pit crews and this and that, and watching the races, and but it's also when it comes down to it, you see that it's a family. It's like a workplace comedy too. So you completely relate to it. You get into the relationships of the characters, and that's what it's all about. You get lost in it in a good way. You get lost in the world of NASCAR, and it works really well. I didn't get it right away. I done a sitcom and I'm like, I'm done doing that. I don't want to, I want to do something different, but then the opportunity came up to do a NASCAR sitcom. And I was like, I don't know how that's going to be funny. I don't know that world at all. And as we developed it, it blew up my mind. It really did. I've since signed on because it's a workplace comedy. It's a relationship comedy, really what it comes down to, which I'd never been a part of. And it's the world of NASCAR to me was so fun. I didn't know a lot about it, so I learned a lot about it. And as the more I learned, the more I loved it. And it's a great platform for comedy, for every storyline and stuff. It's amazing what goes on at these races. So it's a whole world I didn't know, and I'm excited to be part of. It's the world of NASCAR that's kind of shaped him. It's his friends in this one. It's a workplace comedy, but again, it's different. I'm not married in this. I have freedom. I love my wife. They're not a hobby. Like I've always loved cars, but never. I'm not mechanically inclined. I know nothing about them. I like driving fast when I can, and I do. But this is a whole new world. NASCAR is such a different world for me, and it was really exciting because I didn't know that much about it, and now I'm learning more and more about it, and it's crazy. It's this whole universe of competitive teams and families and going against each other and turning on themselves, and so it's a great avenue for comedy too, and it's just a great experience for me. The fact that it was different, it's a big world that I didn't know too much about, and the more I learned about it, the more I realized this is great for story. And when it comes down to it, it's really a workplace comedy. It's like The Office or anything like that. You have these characters coming in and out, and it's just amazing. It just happens to be set on this massive stage. So we get to go to these big events as well, and have that as part of our show. So it's kind of like a hybrid. It's the best I could have asked for it, honestly. Let racers they'll pee in their suit when they're driving. They've done that because they'll lose like 20 pounds in a race of just water weight, and how hard it is what they're doing, and how much goes on from the setup of the RVs that are there from days before people start barbecuing and getting ready and watching from the roofs of their RVs, the track around, the crowd, the pit crew, everything from the competitiveness of the sport, and where you're trying to shave a second off of your pit crew and your pit stop, and then trying to take weight off the car and see what you can do with staying within the rules. And now they check you with lasers, and it's an insane world that I knew nothing about. And tempers go crazy. It's passionate. It's everything. Pretty recently, honestly. I mean, over the years it grew. It grew about 10 years ago. I started watching. When I was a young boy, I used to be a huge Richard Petty fan for some reason. I don't know. I must have seen him on Wide World of Sports. I think I dressed up as him for Halloween one year with that cowboy hat and the glasses and the mustache. But I used to draw 43 on my car, on my notebook all the time. I remember sketching that. Growing up in Long Island, we weren't exposed to NASCAR really. We didn't, there wasn't a lot of it. It wasn't, but like about 10, 12 years ago, I started promoting a movie and they brought us, and I was the grand marshal at a race. And I did a couple Gentlemen Start Your Engines with Sandler and got to know, some of the racers, the drivers, and also really found out about like what the sport was about and kind of understand like getting there is an event. If you haven't been, I know I had never, and it's so completely different than what you see on TV. It's amazing. It's the biggest event I've ever seen. Like it's incredible. I mean, they get there days early with the RVs in the center, and the tailgating and the partying and the whole the sport and the introducing of the drivers and the military. It's like one thing to the next. It's insane. The Cobra Kai series. And I tried to get it, watch it slowly, but I couldn't help myself, and I blasted through that. Now I'm also watching Friday Night Tykes and stuff like that. All these documentaries and stuff. The Michael Jordan one I watched, and I just blast through them so quick. I get involved. And it's all about the story and the relationship and the characters. So they got some good stuff. I have zero. I have zero superstition. Everything is, I know it's for a reason. I commit 100%, and I'm wrong a lot, but I I know it's for a reason. So no superstition, no lucky rabbit's foot. Is that what they do? The rabbit's foot? No, I don't understand. I mean, I'm in it, and I do it because I'm realizing, hey, listen, this is the way you have to learn. You have to go. It's like, it's. I feel like I'm a baby who learned to crawl, and I'm like, now I'm good here. I'm going to stay here, and I've been crawling my whole life, and they're like, we got to walk. We're moving on. So I have people help me with everything. I do, but I don't. I'm not great. It's been tough. I mean, it's been tough for all of us, but shutting down, you realize you got to keep pushing forward and try to see the positive, and you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And we got shut down shooting the show. We were 7 episodes in, and then we had to shut down and then come back to shoot the final 3. But I'm so happy we got to do that. And no, it was just about really, while I was down, just to keep performing and to try to put fun stuff out into the world. So I just did it on my YouTube channel and just basically that, it was just try to keep spirits high and have some fun.